The sun was barely rising over the small village of Cedar Ridge, Nebraska. While the rest of the town was still asleep, Jacob Miller was already awake. Every morning, every season, no excuses. Jacob was a farmer, just like his father and his father before him. He worked harder than anyone you would ever meet. And yet, he was still failing. At 4:30 a.m., Jacob would pull on his worn boots, step outside, and look across his land. Dry soil, tired crops, broken fences. He would take a deep breath and whisper to himself, "Today will be better." But it rarely was. His neighbors often said, "Jacob, you're the hardest working man in this village." And it was true. He worked longer hours. He skipped holidays. He missed birthdays. He even missed his own wedding anniversary twice. While others rested, Jacob pushed. While others slept, Jacob struggled. Yet somehow, they were succeeding, and he was drowning. One evening, Jacob sat alone on the wooden steps of his farmhouse, hands dirty, back aching, heart heavy. He looked at his fields and quietly said, "God, what am I doing wrong?" No answer, just wind, just silence, and the weight of another failed season. The bank had started calling. "Mr. Miller, we need to talk about your loan." The words felt like knives. He had done everything right, everything. So why was everything going wrong? One Sunday, for the first time in years, Jacob decided not to work. He walked into the small old church at the edge of Cedar Ridge. He sat in the back, head down, pride broken. The pastor spoke about a farmer who kept planting in the wrong season, not because he was lazy, but because he was out of alignment. The words hit Jacob like lightning. Out of alignment. After the service, an old man approached him, wrinkled face, kind eyes. "Son," he said, "I've watched you work. You're not failing because you're weak. You're failing because you're fighting the wrong battle." Jacob frowned. "What do you mean?" The old man smiled. "Hard work without wisdom is just slow destruction." That night, Jacob couldn't sleep. For the first time, he didn't plan tomorrow's labor. He planned his life. He asked himself, "Why am I doing this? Who am I trying to prove? And am I even on the right path?" The answers scared him, because deep down, he knew. He was working from fear, not faith. From pressure, not purpose. From ego, not alignment. The next morning, something changed. Jacob didn't rush. He didn't panic. He walked his land, slowly. He studied the soil. He listened. He observed. He realized he had been copying other farmers instead of understanding his own land. He had been chasing success instead of building foundation. He made a bold decision. He stopped planting crops that didn't suit his soil. He stopped buying equipment he didn't need. He stopped trying to look successful, and he started building correctly. Slowly, wisely, patiently. The first year after that decision, nothing magical happened. Still struggle, still sweat, still doubt. But something felt different. He wasn't exhausted in his soul anymore. He wasn't desperate. He was focused. The second year, small improvement. The third year, steady growth. The fifth year, something incredible happened. Jacob Miller's farm became one of the most productive in the county. Not because he worked harder, but because he worked smarter, aligned, and with purpose. One evening, standing in his healthy green fields, Jacob whispered, "I was never failing. I was being redirected." And in that moment, he smiled. Not because he was rich, not because he had everything, but because he finally understood.
Sometimes you are not being punished. You are being positioned. If you are working harder than everyone, if you are giving your best, if you are tired, frustrated, and still not seeing results, this is your message. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You may just be out of alignment. And alignment changes everything. So before you quit, before you collapse, before you blame yourself, pause, reflect, realign. Because your breakthrough might not need more effort. It might need more clarity. Sometimes the struggle is not a sign to stop. It's a sign to change direction. And when you do, everything changes.